Hello and welcome to another 3D Buzz training video. In this video, I am going to be continuing with the AT-AT Walker-like vehicle that we've been creating here inside of 3ds Max. Now with me today, a little bit of a change of pace, is not Mr. Jason Busby, but instead Mr. Terry Wilson.
Hello.
Who's filling in for Jason because Jason was too scared to be here today.
He's probably like playing Rock Band or something, I don't know.
Probably. Actually, he and Steve Twist have been doing a lot of Houdini recording, but I'm still going to stick to my guns in that he's scared. And
he's just upstairs.
He's just upstairs having fun on, doing something. Okay, so we've got all these little panels and plates and things. I just tried to combine the words panel and plate. Did you hear
Plannels?
that? Plannels?
I like that.
We got these plannels we're going to try to clip in here. Now, there's a whole bunch of ways we could do this. We could make the whole panel out of various curves and then try to do a bevel. I'm just going to try cutting them into the geometry we have, even if it ends up taking just a little bit longer. So, there we go. And the trick here is we've got to kind of ignore those rounded corners. Because we'll worry about the rounding on those later. I would like this to be as straight as possible, so so I'm trying to get the lines to be nice and straight. If they're off by a little bit, though, I don't think it's going to matter much. And wow, that's not bad. Okay, so there's one great big square. Let's go ahead and start cutting in other things as well. So
little access hatches and stuff.
Yeah, all sorts of things where there's hidden stuff, and this is where they put their snacks. And
the Empire snacks.
Yes, Imperial snack.
The snack repository.
No, retreat.
So that's all it was. Is they were just trying to deliver snacks to the rebel forces, and the rebel forces just took it in the wrong way.
Well, see, no, that's not what it was. See, the Empire was attacking, but the AT-AT walkers really were just full of snacks. And as soon as the AT-AT walkers started to go out, it was like, no, this is bad.
Yeah, there's just the mobile mess halls, and they're like, "What are you doing? That's the kitchen, morons."
It's like when Luke threw that grenade up in the bottom of the thing. Really, he blew up the snack repository, and the whole thing just fell apart.
Yeah. The Empire's like, oh, no. Okay, destroy the base. That's it. Take away my donuts, man.
They're playing hardball now. All right, so we'll do a face constraint on this guy and slide that down. So I'm trying not to let anything actually come off of the surface of the face. Okay, let's see. Now, those are the two little enclosed hatchways. Now, there's some funny stuff that goes on down here, and I've actually got a picture of this from the replica of the studio model that was so kindly sent to me by Count Zero. So let's see, we've got this little thing. Now, this comes up and there's an angle, and it looks like it actually meets up to the little rounded, beveled corner over here. So I don't want to do that until I've rounded out that corner. Excuse me, goodness. And so we got to cut these in, some lines up here, what looks like a line across the top. You also noticed that earlier I killed off that shell modifier so that we didn't have to worry about that for now. I can put all that back in later. So let's see here. Let's go back to the cut tool. And we'll just start off with a simple cut from the top down to the bottom. I'll do the same thing over here.
Was that a ladder? It goes up the side?
I think so.
Who would climb that?
I don't know.
I mean, look how high it is off the. You'd have to get a ladder to get to the ladder.
I'm trying to pretend that it's not a ladder because it looks kind of big.
I've never noticed that before. That makes no sense.
Yeah, but I mean, it is there. Here it is.
Wow.
And it just kind of stops here.
Yeah.
So you're climbing down, and then you just watch that last step. What?
You fall 400 feet to the ground.
Yeah.
Not a good design there.
No.
Then again, the Death Star probably wasn't the best design either, having the little access hatch straight to explosive core.
Yeah. God, remind me of that robot chicken.
Yeah.
I thought my Dark Lord of the Sith could protect a little exhaust port that's only 2 meters wide.
Yeah. He's crying.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about all this.
Look what you did.
Well, see, I've got this group, just for mirroring purposes, called Kill Me. And for now, we're going to do just that. Okay, well, yeah, that's starting to already look like what I need it to look like. I'll just fade this back down. Okay, now, I saw, when I was looking a second ago, there's like an edge that runs across the top up here. So let's go ahead and cut that in. I guess it would help if I actually got the cut tool back out and everything.
Oh, yeah.
That would make things go
Can't
much...
just, slice and dice with nothing there, man.
I can't just think the cuts into existence, which would be cool.
That's in the future.
Yes. Coming soon in Max, I don't know.
Probably 80 billion or something like that.
Oh, that'll be in, Max 64, which at the going rate will be released sometime next year. Alright, so we'll just anchor that off somewhere over there. And we'll connect these up. So that looks good. And that looks pretty good. And that looks pretty good. Okay, cool. Now, just about everything else, except for this one little guy here, looks like that it comes out of the surface. So those can be separate objects that we plug in. Now, these look kind of like holes.
No, nothing the Empire creates makes sense to me.
Well,
Is that like with the drill holes? Is that where they put the screws in?
Well, I don't know. Maybe, you could hang a rifle outside of this thing.
You drop a grenade out of it.
See, they based the whole design off of an elephant, and I always thought it'd be cooler if they did it like, the old Persian elephants where they had like a big gun tower on top. Yeah,
that would make sense.
Like the all-terrain siege vehicle.
The Maharaji sits on it.
Yeah. All right, so... yeah, these actually look a little bit different between this model and that model. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to compromise. We're going to have to create these funny little things here. And then we've got these little silly holes. I'll think about those holes in a minute. We might do them and we might not. At least they're kind of marked here. Okay, so next step. Let's come in here to vertices. I'm going to grab you and you. And you, and you. And we're going to chamfer these a couple of times to kind of fake out some rounded corners. So chamfer, I want the amount to be... oh, it looks like I wasn't selecting everybody. I love it when I do that.
First time Zach has ever touched Max, so...
oh, yes, thank you. You and Jason
bear
both,
with him.
With the votes of confidence. All right, so we'll apply that, and we'll pull down on the chamfer amount... and let's see, can we apply that and then pull it down again? Is that going to work? I think so, sort of. Kind of, not really. Yeah, it's fine.
It's round.
It is round. He is sitting. Alright, let's weld these two guys together, because I think we don't need quite so many.
Right.
And then we can just do the same over here. Is face constraint still on? Yes, good, because I don't want to move those vertices off the face. And I will, if left to my own devices. And weld.
Oh, nice.
Wow, that's the awesome. Alright, well, let's just weld these guys. We'll worry about that in a minute, because... oh, that's not target weld, I just want to weld them. Alright, we're going to end up nuking a lot of that out and creating our own detail. But first, we want to... well, I want to chamfer these corners, so I guess I will have to go ahead and deal with this. You can tell I'm excited about it, too.
Oh, yeah.
Boom, that needs to die. And did it leave any remnants up here or any strange stuff? I think it did. Let's hit Control and remove. That way it'll get rid of that floating vertex right there. Okay. So, if we want to fix this, we got to do a couple of things. We can't just delete these edges, because then this little square that we've cut up here would just be floating, and Max would not like us for that, and probably wouldn't even let us do it. So let's just switch over to Vertex. Let's go down to the Mighty Cut tool, and we'll anchor this guy off to that edge. We can anchor this guy off to this edge, and then I'm going to switch over to edges, and we're just going to start removing like fiends. Okay, it doesn't want me to get rid of that one just yet. That's okay. Just as many as I can for now. I'm just hitting backspace over and over.
I always loved it when it doesn't let you get rid of an edge.
That's okay.
That's good stuff.
Really, it's just basically wanting to make sure that the little circular edge in here is anchored down somewhere, which I don't mind. Just make sure we stick it down in a couple of different places, and then it should let us get rid of anything we want. Here, that you don't like me doing all these guys at once. Oh, did we lose the edge that we cut in up here? It looks like we kind of did. Or did I cut it an edge up there? I've now forgotten. Okay. Let's go to vertices. If we get rid of these, it might make it a little easier. Yay! Okay, so with that done, we need to round this guy out too. So switch over to vertices, and you, and your friends, and all those. And we're going to chamfer. So you excited about the new Clone Wars movie coming out?
Oh, yeah, actually. Very, very excited. More excited than I was about the original trilogy. Not the original trilogy.
Oh, you mean the
prequels.
The prequels.
Yes.
The non-original, the unoriginal trilogy.
Yeah, that's a very difficult way to describe the movies now. No, the original... No,
wait.
Not
the first series, which is actually the second of the what?
The good ones.
Yes.
But yeah, the cartoon looks pretty dang cool.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Alright, that's too much. I'm going to back out a little bit. We'll pull this guy to here, hit apply, and then we can I think we can live with that. And click OK. So now, of course, we've got a whole bunch of new, cool, awesome, weird things that are going on.
Nice.
Over here. So, let's see. Now, if we did want to extrude these in, it's not going to be that tricky, but we got to keep a couple things in mind. What I would do would just be surround them with some cuts first. Just grab the cut tool, and we'll just split right over the top of them. That looks pretty good. And then we'll split right underneath them. And the reason I'm doing that first is so that I can make a whole bunch of anchor points off of these rounded corners. And make sure that Max doesn't complain too hard about that anymore. So we can split this one, I suppose, straight down. This one can split out. This one, I think, can just go right to the corner. This can split out. So you're just anchoring down those points so that the geometry is just a little nicer. And it's not even, super clean. The edge is a little weird, but it's still going to work. You got to remember, this is not a flexing object, so you don't have to
Right,
really,
I mean, it's not... Well...
Unless you wanted to blow it up.
Yeah.
But you'd have that worked into the design spec, and since we're kind of doing this as a model that's just going to be derived into a normal map, I don't think it's going to matter much. Okay. Backspace, backspace. And it won't let me get rid of that just yet, so let's jump over to vertices, grab these guys, backspace. Oh, come on. I could just delete it, but then it kills the face too, so that's no good. Let's go back to the cut tool, reestablish this little guy here. Yay. Okay. Now it should let me get rid of these without griping too much. Yay. Okay, awesome. Now, back to the cut tool again. So lots of cutting here. Let's see if we can just attach these two guys together. Let's make sure we show vertices too. It'll make my life easier. These will split across. That'll split there. That'll split there. This can split up here. We're almost to a point where I would be happy, but not quite. Let me take a look and jump away from that for just a moment.
Do you have like a sense of impending failure or something? Or
no.
Oh, okay.
Sense of impending failure. That was kind of beautiful in its own way.
Like, wait a minute. I don't want to make this fail. Let's move over here for a second.
Yeah. No, it's not going to fail. I'm just trying to make sure that I...
I see what you're doing. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and we could just split that right up to here and then connect that up here. And that makes a 5-sided face, but that's not necessarily a problem. Let's go ahead and split some of this over, and we can deal with that in a moment. And it looks like it killed off that little edge for me, which is okay. The more we start anchoring this down, the less likely that kind of stuff is going to happen.
Mm-hmm. And there you go.
Okay, so that one's nice and at least fairly secure.
So why didn't you just anchor that one in the corner?
Hang on.
That one you're clicking on right now?
This one?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
The corner that's on the right-hand side at the very top of the... Right there, yeah.
Oh, just stick it up here in the corner?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could.
Okay.
And,
I'm not telling you to, I'm just asking.
No, we can. Really, I was just trying to find a way to get this guy anchored off, and I took it a little bit far. So then we could do that, and that would work. Because in the end, it's all going to be planar anyway, and it's not going to flex.
That's a good point.
If we had just anchored it even just out to here, it would have been fine. I just don't like leaving these corners kind of floating like that. Okay. All right, back over to vertices, and we need to anchor off some of these other guys as well. So let's see. We could probably split right across here. Okay. I think I put a few too many vertices in there. That's okay, though. It's just more to anchor.
Nah, I don't think you put enough. Throw some more in there.
Yes.
Hit mesh smooth a couple times.
Awesome. Yeah, that wouldn't look terrible at all. Not at all.
It's the fixture of everything, according to some people.
Well, yeah. Some people. You mean everybody.
Yeah.
You mean anybody who knows what they're talking about. All right.
All the correct people.
All the correct modelers out there. All right, wait a minute. If we take a look at the picture... All right, that goes out beyond that little guy, at least on the little studio model here. So, we could start here, come out to about here, and then just click down like so, but then we're going to want to anchor that too at some point. It's okay, we'll get to it. I would also split this across. Oh, we got a nice place to put it too. Yay. Okay. Alright, now we could split this guy down, though I don't think that's going to matter much. And we can just split this guy somewhere over here, just so he's not really floating. Okay, I think that's everybody there. Oh, I'm going to take care of this corner too. Alright, so that irons out all those little problems. So let's take a look at some more problems.
So the whole thing.
So the whole thing, really. Now that you mention it. Yes, Terry, the whole thing. Very good. You know, you haven't been here for all these videos.
No, I haven't.
And you haven't really been watching these videos.
Oh, no.
No.
I'm sorry you left that open.
Uh-huh.
I can't even bring myself to say what I was going to say.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Just say it.
Oh, no. It's like, the government will crack down on us.
One of those. One of those, he
One
says.
of those.
Yes. Okay. Well, let's pull back away from this for just a minute so we can just kind of take a look at what we've done so far. So let's get out of editable poly mode. We'll hit F4 so we can see our wireframe. So we've got these panels nicely cut in. We just need to kind of start to separate them so we can get some gaps and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So a couple of ways we could go about this.
Booleans.
See, I've been doing all this work just to try to avoid Booleans.
Ah, I see.
Yes.
Well, it's Booleans fix all along with mesh smooth.
Yeah, Booleans and then mesh smooth, back to back.
That doesn't break anything.
That's how real modelers do it. Alrighty, so very flashy on the zoom there. Alright, we'll do a little bit of inset, and then it'll create our gap. Let's set that 0.35, okie dokie. So we've defined one of the gaps. Let's define a second one now. So let's switch over to edges. Let's grab these guys, and we can chamfer them. See, if I set this to 0.35, it's not quite the same, is it? That was worth a try. So, let's see, that should look pretty good. And chamfer again, that looks pretty good. Let's come up here back to polygons, and then we can inset this one. Now, here we go back to needing to chamfer, so let's go back to edges. And we go ahead and grab that guy too. I think you can actually see that edge on the model. Not that one though. Okay. I think that's looking pretty spectacular, so let's chamfer that. Okay, cool. Now I think that's all of the main cracks and crevices and whatnot. Those have all now been defined. I still got these holes, and I still haven't really... I mean, we really...
Do you even want them there?
Well, we could go ahead and Boolean them out later, here in just a few minutes. Because we do have them surrounded nicely by some faces, but I'll deal with that in a moment. Right now,
I still don't think those were in the movie.
You don't think so?
Because I didn't see them.
Oh.
Then again, I wasn't watching.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Looking for tiny holes in the side of
right,
the
I had more important things to do.
Like watching that dude get crushed. It was in the snowspeeder.
Yeah.
That was good stuff.
Actually, here we are with a frame from the movie, and there they are. So you can see him. And there's little Luke dangling.
Teeny tiny.
Anyway.
Yeah.
On his ascension gun, which was lame.
Yeah, what? Every once in a while, something from Star Wars just drives me nuts.
Oh, come on. You didn't like the ascension guns?
Get your ascension gun. Who has a... And it's magnetic. That's what's so great. I mean, I can understand if it's like
which means it sinks right into stone for some reason. Of course, we're talking about episode 1.
Yeah.
Fantastic stuff. Ascension guns. What? I don't really have to do this, but I'm doing a little bit of cleaning up around these guys, because we got some funky little vertices that I don't think they'll cause problems, because, you know, if anything, they're down in these crevices. But I'll just feel better if I clean them up.
And that's all that matters, really.
It's really all that matters. I'm going to sleep better tonight.
Stroke your ego there. It's like, I feel better now that these have been cleaned up. You should do self-help books. It'll make you feel better. Just clean up the vertices.
Wow. I'm so glad that you're here on this video with me. That's excellent. That doesn't irritate me at all. Actually,
yes.
Go this way.
Let the hate flow through you.
That's your whole idea. You're going to turn me to the dark side. Fantastic work. Okay, back over to polygons, because I want to extrude all this stuff at once. So, a lot of really fun and tedious selection is about to take place.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is... I remember having to do this one time when I first started using Max, and I hadn't learned about turning the back facing off.
Oh, yeah. Well, see, fortunately, we're only working on half the model.
Exactly.
There's nothing behind us.
I hadn't learned about duplication and mirroring or anything like that yet.
Right.
And, hours I would spend selecting faces and then flipping the model over and deselecting faces and then flipping it back over and reselecting the ones that I deselected.
In an infinite loop.
It really was. It was maddening. And then Buzz walks over and says, just click that button. Thanks for that. You could have told me that 4 hours ago.
Yeah. That's that one guy in the back who's like, 3D's too hard. I hate this. And storms out of the room. And it's if you'll just turn on this setting.
We had quite a few of those.
Oh,
I was very surprised by the amount of people that did that.
Oh, yeah. Nervous breakdowns and everything.
Those were fun, though. I gotta give it that. Those are great to watch.
Yeah.
Someone just stands up and lobs a chair across the room because he can't get his sphere quite sphere-like. And it's like, how do you mess up a button click? Come on.
Exactly. All right. We're almost done with this episode of Fun with Selections. And a little tiny triangle there. I'd feel bad if I missed that after all this work. I think that's everybody.
Cool.
Let me double check.
You made yourself a nice little racing stripe detailing around it.
Yeah. Let me just close that. Give me the little folder of pictures here. Yeah, I think that's everything. Maybe not. Hang on. Yeah. Yeah. Fun, right? So we completely didn't even get that guy done yet. So fortunately, Max will hold selections. Otherwise, I'd be crying right now. Alright, so, of course, you could also save the selection if you wanted to, but anyways, let's chamfer this guy. Go to vertices. Target weld you. I knew I was forgetting somebody. It was just too easy. Target weld this guy. Now let's jump back over to polygons. We've got a few guys to add in, and we're good.
Oh.
Huh. That's interesting. So let's weld those together so that doesn't happen anymore. Alright, that's all good. Back over to polygons. I think that's everybody. Cool. Okay, after all of that tedious bedlam and stuff, alright, let's extrude. And awesome, we should leave it just like that.
I like that. Nice little shelving system.
Yes. Brought to you by IKEA. Alright, let's go by local normal, and extrusion height. We'll go inward just a little bit. A little more. Come on. And there we go. Okie dokie. Now, I wonder something. No, it wouldn't work. I was wondering, like, if we grew that selection and then hit Control and jumped over to edges, what do we get? We get all the contained edges, too, which is certainly not at all what I want. Alright, so let's see. Let's jump back over to polygons. I want all of the main polys of these panels. Oh, goodness, that won't work either. Alright. I'm trying to find some way, like, what if I wanted to bevel these out? Get a little bit of chamfer so that we didn't have these nice hard edges. That's really all I want to do. Because that doesn't look bad, but I wouldn't mind if you could find some way for it to catch a highlight.
Right, right.
So
you don't want that really sharp edge there.
Yeah. So, let's see. We could jump over to... It might be faster to grab by polygon and... Yeah, but then you have all these internal edges. Let me try it anyway. Just quit talking and try it. Let's take by angle, and we'll set this to something like really low, something like 10 degrees. And click there, and there, and there, and there, and there, and there, and there. Okay. Now, hold down Control and click on Edges, and that gives me all of these, including a bunch of stuff I didn't want.
Right.
But,
be quicker to deselect them than...
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Let's jump over to polygons. We also need to grab this guy, and this guy, and this guy, and this guy, and this guy. Because I can deselect in great big swaths with marquee selection. So hold down Control, jump over here. And what is it? Control and Alt to deselect? Yeah, that's how it goes. Tink. Yay. Yeah, this isn't as painful as going edge by edge on all these.
Slightly bit.
Hmm?
So it's a slight bit painful.
It's a little painful, but I mean, it could be a lot worse. This is the lesser of 5 or 6 evils. And look how fast all that got done. Come on, man. And you're like, well, Zach, you're not watching it, so you don't really know. This is painful. Alright. Tink. But that's the reality of trying to model this kind of stuff. Okay, I think that's everybody. Just at a quick glance. So, let's chamfer. And we gotta get right up on it, make sure it's not blowing anything up. And it doesn't seem to be. Do some inspection. Wow, that's actually looking pretty good. Okay, let's hit F4, get out of editable poly mode. Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
There you go. Good job, Zach. I'm proud of you.
Yes, I'm sure you are. And I'm actually kind of proud of myself. And we have reached about the 30-minute mark. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up here for now. So that's going to take care of this video. I'd like to thank all of the members of 3D Buzz, and we will catch you on the next construction video of our AT-AT-like vehicle. You guys take it easy.